Cademy. Okay,
Right.
it started. No attendees so far. It's recording too. Let's wait then and see if anyone connects. Did we send reminder emails to them about the webinar?
They go automatically, yes.
Good.
Can I share my screen? Yes, I can.
You had a call with investor?
Yeah, just before this one, which is not ideal because ideally you want to 2 minutes before these calls.
Okay, I think we'll wait 5, maximum 10 minutes maybe. And if no one connects, then.
Well, the thing is, you can't wait 5 minutes, essentially, right? Because essentially, if you start wait 10 minutes and then, all right, let's start the webinar. Like ideally, if they join in 5 minutes in or 10 minutes in, it already goes like it's mid-webinar essentially. So if it's like no, there is no way to like I think it's if it's 5 minutes in, there's nobody. Like if somebody joins now, I'll go, all right, I think this is so 3 minutes in, you still have that. I think after 5 minutes, you go, all right, I think well, if I see someone joining now, I'm immediately going to go straight into. So this is what Cademy is like, kind of mid conversation or mid flow essentially, because you kind of could. Otherwise, it's very obvious that it's the first person joining.
Yeah. But they don't see the number of attendees, right?
They don't, but people are not stupid. They know when they just join. It's like, okay, it's 10 past. Let's start the webinar. Right?
Yeah. So you can start talking if you want, like presenting.
Yeah. So if I guess if I hear the noise, I'll be like, so kind of going. I'll pretend like I'm not gonna be like, hi, Adrian. It's like the goal of Cademy here is like, and just go into like that kind of flow.
Oh, Gina joined us. Hi, Gina.
Hey all, I think this is a good time to start. We've given everyone enough time to join us, but it's time to get the webinar started. Thank you all for joining. I'm Adrian. I'm one of the founders here at Cademy, and today I'm going to be telling you a bit more about what Cademy is and how you can use it and how you can leverage it for your own business. Cademy is a education directory and allows anyone to search and discover educational services. I'm going to start my screen sharing. So the platform is one of the largest directories in the UK for educational services and allows anyone to go in and search for any topic and discover learning opportunities and educators that could allow them to learn that particular topic. At this point, we have over 100,000 educators in our directory and over 4 million reviews aggregated from all over the place. And we like to describe Cademy as the booking.com of education. To us, it's kind of silly that nowadays you can book a hotel or a flight or a car in 5 minutes, but when it comes to finding and accessing educational services, it's still the Wild West. We think that's going to change. We want to make that a lot more easier for essentially individuals and companies to be able to simply go to a single platform and search for training opportunities and on any topic and enroll either themselves or their employees without having to jump through hoops. So that's what we're building here. Now, I would like to just give you a sense of how the Cademy platform comes together. If I go to the homepage, I'll just search for a course topic. Maybe I'll use first aid as an example. And once I do that, I'll be able to see the results for first aid courses on Cademy. I can narrow it down by specific location, so I can go in and search in London and easily enroll into any of these courses that are available in that area. Now, in addition to this, if you search, let's say, for a course topic in an area that's not very well covered, and there's no options for that course that could be bookable, what we do is just highlight local training providers who could be offering that particular course. So you could very easily, as a customer, either phone them or message them through our platform, or just go to their website to find out more about what kind of services they do. So we're trying to do our best to connect educators with learners, to make it easier for learners to discover learning opportunities, whether it's for themselves or for their businesses. And that gives you an idea of how the directory works. As you can see here, this directory of educators that is listed here is already quite useful. There's over 100,000 educators in our directory so far. And we've been slowly building that up over the last few years. We allow anyone essentially on the internet to just submit a business they think is missing. And this is the same process that allowed Google Maps or TripAdvisor to become such excellent resources in the long term that we all now use daily pretty much. We allow anyone to go in and submit an educator, and then we go and do our best to find as much information about those educators and put them on our directory and allow them to be showcased when people search for courses that these educators could potentially be running. So now this is a great way to understand what we're trying to build here at Cademy. But for one of these educators, potentially the best way to showcase why they would want to maybe leverage Cademy a bit more is by going to Google. Essentially, if I go on Google just now, and in here, if I search for an ALS course in London, I will see that in the first kind of search result is from the Certification Council. Now, ALS is Advanced Life Support, and every doctor in the UK essentially has to do one of these courses every couple of years, or they're not allowed to do their work in a hospital, essentially. So every doctor, every single year or so, has to go in and search for this course and then enroll. Right now, the process is an absolute pain. You have to go in and find who's running this through the Certification Council, and it's a pain to actually enroll. Usually involve emailing back and forth, sending payments by bank transfer, and so on. Now, for someone that runs ELS courses, for example, or lists them on Cademy, they are going to be getting a very good chance of actually getting organic customers out of Google, because we've done a lot of work to try and drive as many customers through Google to our platform, and then that's going to benefit the course providers as well for trying to reach new people, right? So in this case, as a customer, I can simply go in, find the course on Google, go in and book it straight away. And it's a much nicer experience for me as a customer, and for the course provider, in this case, it's under clinical training. They get access to customers they otherwise wouldn't have had. It's very hard to rank highly for Google. It's very hard to get customers. For most educators we speak with, they're struggling to get exposure to their courses. But Cademy is not just a tool to allow people to discover it and contact you, or allow you to sell more courses or get more services out to the market, but also a tool for simplifying the back office and admin work involved in running courses. So in this case, if we're looking at Hunter Clinical Training as an example, yes, they are currently using us to get more exposure and get more customers out of the Cademy marketplace. But in addition to that, if I go to their website right now and click on book a course, what you'll see here is actually our embeddable booking system. So Hunter don't just use us to get more exposure, get more customers. They're also using us to simplify how they're taking bookings from their own customers, so that when people come to their website, they can simply book and pay without leaving their website directly through here. And this is all powered by the same system that powers the Cademy platform. So if I go for a quick minute in the admin dashboard, this is it. So in the admin dashboard, course providers have all the tools they would need to manage their entire education business, pretty much. And in here, Hunter Clinical Training, as soon as they publish a course, they know that it goes right on their website and it goes on our marketplace as well. So for them, it's easy to listen and manage their services. To give you an idea of what you could do here in the admin dashboard, I'll just create a new course or a new listing. And then you can see that I'm first prompted to choose what I want to create. I can create courses, events, workshops, webinars. At the end of the day, this is just a way to choose a term or a keyword to use for your service, and to just make it more user-friendly for the end user when they're looking at something. You can then choose what format this is, essentially, and how it's going to be delivered. If your service has or your listing has specific dates and times, like a webinar, for example, or a workshop or a course or an event, you would choose this option at the top. Now, normally you would use a platform like Eventbrite or some other booking system like that to run these types of events, but you could do that in Cademy very easily as well. Now, then you have the option to host on-request services or on-request courses, and these are usually not necessarily on a specific date. The customer instead is required to inquire, and you go back and forth, and you arrange a date and time afterwards, after you've agreed all the details. Then we have the option to host e-learning courses. So again, you can create full online on-demand courses that the learner would go in a self-paced fashion at their own time. And lastly, there is the option to host blended courses as well. And that means that you can offer a date that they book, and in addition to the dates where they're going to be attending, there's extra content that they can watch to supplement their learning, right? So in this case, if I click on the option to look at an event that happens with the date or a course on the date, example, class with date, let's say, you can see that the interface here is very straightforward. 3 steps: add description, add date, and custom user setting if you wish. I'm not going to spend too much time setting this up, but I want to give you an idea of how easy it is to set something up that would go on Cademy. So I would choose to add in my title, my description, and then choose how this runs. If it's in person, that's fine. I just add in a location. And if it's online, I can add in a Zoom link or any other system that you use to host these. So it's all pretty straightforward. If it's free, just leave the price as it is. And if you charge, you can put in a price right in here to get a sense to the customer of what it's going to cost. Then you add in your categories and your tags to help this course surface in as many search results as possible. And we really do recommend that you try and tag your course and categorize it as much as possible, because it really makes a huge difference in the performance on our marketplace and our directory as well. Once you've done the basic details around setting up details for your listing, you can just go into the dates section and choose when this runs. If you leave if you don't add any dates, the customer will just be able to join a waitlist. So this is great if you want to create some placeholder courses and just put them out there and build up a waitlist before you publish a few dates. But I'll go in and say add in a date for an example. This is very flexible in terms of the setup, so you can add multiple dates. Maybe it happens every week or so. You can add it into the list very easily, or you can even set it up so that you can book a set of dates at once. For example, if I have courses running every Wednesday night for 8 weeks, I can set it all up and add in all my dates, but the customer will book once and it gets reminders every week to join the next session. But I'm going to keep this setup simple. Just want to add one date and move on. But if you add multiple dates, you have control over setting up the different location or price or spaces available for every single date on the course. Very, very, very flexible. Lastly, I control my settings. So I can control whether I want to take bookings and take the payment instantly or after I approve it. I can control whether I want a waitlist on or not. I can control what details I capture when people book. So if I want to get the company name or something else. I can add that to the booking form. And of course, I can customize fully the emails that are being sent out before and after the event takes place. You can add them to membership and even control the certificates, but there's no time to go into all the details. I'm just trying to give you a sense of how flexible and powerful the platform is. But I'm going to just go to the next step just now and know that you actually can leave all those things as they are. There's good enough defaults in place. There's good enough default reminders and follow-up emails that will take care of everything from reminding people to show up to prompting them for a review after the course takes place. So you don't necessarily need to worry about any of that stuff. You can just add your description, add your date, hit a button, it's published, and we're going to do the hard work of trying to actually drive some customers your way as well. So once it's published, we do two things. First of all, we will give you a little mini site where you can just quickly open the course on a little page that's public that allows the customer to book for the course or for the event or wherever you're running very easily. The page would be branded according to your own business. So let's see, a good example of that would be this one, Active Lancashire, which is a local council. And on that page, you can easily see that they're showcasing all their upcoming events and courses that they're running, and customers can easily enroll into those. Now, this demo page, you can see, is quite straightforward. It always will contain your own courses with nobody else's. And when you book, the fees are going to be considerably reduced. It's going to be just a platform fee that you're going to be paying because you would be driving your own customers this way. If I go in and complete the payment on this checkout, now this will fire the email to notify me on my booking, and I'll also be able to add it to my calendar. So you can see how easy it was to set up and start taking bookings and payments for an event with very minimal work. And we are going to take all the reminders, we're going to take care of all the reminders and follow-ups and so on without you having to worry about that. Now for the customer, they're now going to get the email confirmation, and they're going to get a link where they can, in this case, access the course, because it's an online course, or they're going to be able to get directions to where it's going to take place if it's an in-person course, essentially, right? For e-learning courses, it's even more magical because behind the scenes, you can set up your courses to, let's see, when I go in and search for on-demand course, right? I go here. So for e-learning courses, you can actually set up and upload all your content directly in here. So you can create lessons, upload videos, even create quizzes and prompt them to test their knowledge as they go through the course. And once you're happy and done, you can publish it, and the customer simply buys it and immediately takes the course on Cademy as well. They don't have to use a different system. It's all very, very fluid. It's very, very simple for them and very nice experience for them as well. So behind the scenes, what you get is the ability to, let me go back into courses, 2 seconds. Behind the scenes, what you get is a full learning management system that allows you to keep track of all of the bookings, all the sales that you have. And this is where that example earlier with under clinical training comes in place. They will get their sales coming from their website, from their mini site, from the embedded booking system, from Cademy's marketplace, all coming into a single place where they can easily keep track of them, mark them as attended, add notes to these sales or to these contacts. They can even generate certificates out of here. You could also very easily look at a contact. So if I view the contact and see a full timeline of all the activities and all the sales and all the purchases this contact has made before, and I can easily even see all the emails that were sent to them to make sure that the details are correct. In this case, you can see that they've been emailed with the details of their booking, and you know that it's been delivered because we have delivery status is shown here as well. But over time, this will allow you to build up the full context of all these people that have been with you, and you'd be able to easily filter for them and say, well, let me find all the folks that have maybe bought a membership but not accessed the course in the last few months. You can filter by all of that information. All of that is at your disposal here. And once you do that, you can easily, oops, sorry, I'm clicking around too much. You can easily select them out of here. You can both email them through here. You can export them. You can even import your contacts to get started more quickly. All of that is very, very straightforward. And the last thing that I want to mention in terms of the admin functionality is that you can will keep track of all your interactions with your customers and all your conversations in a single place. Anytime someone replies to, let's say, a reminder email or to a booking confirmation email or to anything like that, to any email that's sent to Cademy, essentially, we will send you the email, or we'll send the course provider or the course owner, the person that set up the course, the email that the customer has sent. But what we also do is keep track of those conversations in our system as well. And what that allows you to do is to later down the line, when you look at a contact, see the full context of all the back and forth that have happened from or with your customers via email. And we also allow you to come in just in our inbox and see those conversations that have been having via email and actually handle them through here, because in some situations it's you're going to need to take action on those conversations, and it's easy to do it from a single place. In this case, you can see this is a quiz response. So yes, I would get an email as a course provider that someone has submitted a quiz response, and I can reply to that. But a lot of times you actually need to mark the quiz as pass or fail. So this is where you would want to come into the inbox and make sure it's not put it there for you close the conversation. Other times, maybe someone's asking for someone's left a review and you can reply to reviews or put a response publicly. Other times, someone's maybe asking to cancel a booking or to move it to another date, and you can immediately take action directly in the inbox through here. So you can see how powerful this is, especially when you have quite a lot of courses and you assign these conversations automatically based on who's the owner of the course. And that means that when they come in, they're only worried and tackling conversations that are related to the courses that they're responsible for. So Cademy in itself is a very, very flexible system behind the scenes, not just for getting more exposure, not just driving more customers to your business through our directory or through our marketplace, but to actually simplify your process behind the scenes and streamline how you're driving sales through your own channels, through our mini site, or through our embedded booking system. All these kind of features are just out of the box available, and there's no upfront cost for you at all as a provider. When you create an account, everything you see here is pretty much free. The only time there's going to be any fees involved is when you start charging money. If you make a sale and if you make money, there's transaction fees on those sales, and that's how Cademy itself is actually running as a business. You can simply set up Stripe or PayPal to take payment, and we add a small percentage on top of those transactions, and that's pretty much it. Now, there's more information about pricing as well on the website. So if you go to our website and then scroll to the very bottom, there's more information on pricing, and that would outline the different scenarios where maybe there's going to be an extra charge if we drive you a new customer through our marketplace that maybe you otherwise wouldn't have had, which is the scenario that I showcased earlier, where a customer will discover content planning for training through our own marketplace rather than through their website. Now, this gives you an idea of what Cademy generally does, how you can use it, and I think I realized that I've been speaking for quite a bit. Irina, maybe now is a good time to answer questions if you have any on the board lined up.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that Cademy is very easy and straightforward platform to use. We try to keep it as simple as possible so anyone can use it and has as many features as possible. We don't have any questions yet, but now it's the perfect time for you to ask. Now that Adrian ended the demo, maybe you have any questions or you just want to clarify some aspects. Yeah.
We're also running more specific webinars. So if you would like to learn more about how to create an on-demand course, or there's going to be a webinar available that you can go onto our website and book as well. Or if you're looking to just discover more about how to run on-demand courses, you can book that particular webinar as well. So if I go to on the same page where you've booked this webinar, we have, as I mentioned earlier, webinars that are more specific. So this is around e-learning courses on on-demand courses, and you learn more about how you can create these types of courses and host them and deliver them through Cademy. And we have a webinar on the marketing side of things, which will go in more depth about how you can promote your courses and try and get more sales, both through Cademy, but also through external means, and how you can market your courses a lot better in general. So if you'd like to find out more about those topics, please do explore them. Those sessions are a lot longer. We try to keep this session very brief. These types of webinars, we want to just allow them to be very broad and quick. Give you all a quick idea of what the platform can do. But there's more in-depth webinars that allow you to get a lot more specific on some of these areas, where if you're looking specifically to try and get more exposure and more customers, that would be the webinar to attend. It's longer, but it's going to cover a wider set of topics that would help you get more exposure and more sales. And if you're looking to get more knowledge on how to run on-demand courses, there is a webinar specifically for that as well. So it will go specifically, I guess, into all the intricacies of hosting all these e-learning modules in a single place, and how you'd be able to set up on the platform quickly. All right. As always, there's going to be more opportunities to engage with us. If you create an account with us, again, you'd be able to message us through the live chat. But if there's any other questions in the meantime, you can actually respond to the confirmation email or to the reminder emails that have been sent to you through our system. And that's one of those situations where we get to use our own product that we've built, and we'll be able to reply to you directly through those as well. So if you have any questions that we haven't answered in this webinar today, please feel free to just respond to the email that you've been getting with reminders, and we'll be getting back to you with more details or answering your questions in those emails as well. All right.
Yeah, don't worry if you don't have any questions now. We understand that's a lot of information to process. It might take a while, but yes. Yeah, out anytime by email or live chat or Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere. So
anything works. We're very happy to chat to you all any way you choose. All right. So thank you all for joining us today. It's 5 o'clock. I'm going to dash home. I need to pick up the kid on the way home. It's a lovely day here in Edinburgh. I hope it's looking great where you are just now as well. And please feel free to stay in touch and ask questions anytime. Okay. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.
Have a great evening.